All right, guys. I've had a couple of people ask this question, and I never even thought of it. Just kind of one of those things that I just know. So I'm actually going to redo one of my videos, but just for, I don't remember who it was that asked, but hopefully you'll see this video, and I will link it in the other video in the description, and it'll be one of the cards at the very end of the video. So if you're doing a valve springs in a B series Cummins, so 5, 9, 6, 7, doesn't matter the year, and you want to do the valve springs with the cylinder head on. And this is how I recommend doing is you just bring the piston to top dead center, and you bring the valve down, touch the piston, and then the keepers will come undone. Now, right now, the engine is on top dead center. So on a 12 valve, you just push this pin in on a common rail. The pin will be straight up and down, and the harmonic balancer will actually have a TDC pointing straight up. Now, the easiest way to do this is if you're at top dead center, you're going to do 1 and 6. And then if you roll the motor over, basically I would say you're going a third of a turn kind of idea. But the easiest way to tell this, so if you do these ones, you do number 1 and number 6, go to number 2, put your tool on number 2, wind the valves down a little bit. You have to wind them down a ways. Wind them down a ways with the tool, and if you roll it around, you'll actually feel the resistance and the valves will pop up. You just want to be careful when you're doing it that way that you don't lose the keepers. But you can do that. If you want, you can, if you're talking a 24 valve, you have to take the injector out anyway. So you can just stick something in there, but you don't have to, but you can just stick, a zip tie or anything. I like using something plastic so you can't screw anything up. You just put it down in there. And with a 12 valve, it's a little harder because you have to take the injectors out, which you do not have to do valve springs. But if you roll it like that, now you're going to have 2 and 5. And if you roll it another third, basically, you're going to have top dead center on 3 and 4. So it's not really like you don't even have to do a full rotation of the engine to do it, because a full rotation would be that much more, which is now on number 6 compression stroke. But so yeah, you're actually under a third. You would be, well, actually, let's just look at it, I guess. So if we look at it here, you're about right there. So if you're going on a clock, 12 here, you're at about 4 o'clock. And then to go to the next one, so if you marked it on your balancer, you could do it this way. And then there's 3 and 4. You're going to be at about probably 8, I would say. Something along that line. But just so that you guys are aware, if anybody's ever done it and wasn't sure exactly what they had to do, I just thought I would clarify. But I'm going to redo that video anyway. It was one of my earlier videos and I wasn't super happy with the video. So I'm going to redo the video anyway. And I'll probably do 12 and 24 valve at the same time. The process is the same, but just so you guys have the familiarity of if you're working on a 12 valve or 24 valve, so you'll be able to skip ahead or whatever it may be. But just thought I'd do a little video on that, just so you guys had an idea what I was talking about, I guess, per se, if you didn't already know that. So you just bring it around. When you do it on your number 1, you're going to know that you're at number 1 because you're top dead center, so 1 and 6, and then 2 and 5, and then 3 and 4. And like I said, when you're rotating around, if you just bring the valves down until you touch the valve, and you'll feel it with resistance. Obviously you don't want to do it with, you want to do it with a bar or something so that you can feel the resistance. As soon as the valves pop up, just go until the valves don't go any higher, and then you know that you're up as high as you can go. So anyways, hopefully that helps. Let me know down in the comments if there's any questions, comments, or anything you want to see me do. And remember, it's not rocket science.